this team over there in the UAE could win this T20 World Cup?
Yes, especially after winning the first game against India, and that too convincingly. Going into that game, India were the favourites. Even all of us cricket pundits, you guys, all of us thought that India will win that game, but Pakistani came out with flying colours. They looked settled, and when Pakistan team is settled, they'll be dangerous. As long as they realize they've got a very important game today against a very dangerous side, and that is Afghanistan. They were spinners. We've seen in their first game how dangerous were they, the way they bat. They kind of play fearless cricket. So yeah, Pakistan team, the expectations are very high now. The whole country is glued to the televisions.
Yeah, the support looks great, Wazzy. I've noticed the two games in the UAE, the crowd has pretty much been all Pakistan. The support's almost like a home game. How important is that, when Pakistan get on a roll, they get that crowd support?
It's huge, Junior. As you know, there are a lot of Pakistanis expats. They live in UAE. UAE means Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Dubai, Ras Al Khaimah, another 3-4 cities about an hour and a half away from Dubai. So we always got support in Sharjah. Remember the days we played in Sharjah? Every year, pack house, Pakistanis there, and they love their cricket. And of course, if you get a support like this, you get motivated as a team. And now, the way they started, especially after beating New Zealand, what happened in past a couple of months ago when they left the tour, it was more psychological against them. So that was again and it was a tough game. It wasn't an easy game. So that's a good sign for Pakistani boys.
Wasim, one of the biggest rivalries in sport is Pakistan versus India. Can you just explain what it was like to be on the ground, the emotions that were involved in Pakistan winning that first game in the country, what it meant to everyone?
Yeah, sure, Brady. I suppose I can explain. Australians, you guys, or Brits, they say Ashes is the biggest tournament. There's a lot of pressure. I understand. Australia, 24, 25 million people. England, about 70 odd million people. When Pakistan-India game happens, it's 1.3, 1.5 billion people. And that's a different pressure altogether. Pressure mounts slowly and gradually. It's like when you're at home, your mom is saying, don't lose against India. And vice versa for their players. When you leave the house, all the cabbie drivers stop you. People that signal, they stop you. Don't please win against India. We don't care about anything else. And vice versa. So that's how the pressure gets to you. And I think the icing on the cake was Pakistan never won against India in World Cup games. And Indians used to rub in their news channels on social media. We never won a game against India in World Cups, ICC World Cups. But that we did, and with style. The boys were in control and the whole country erupted in a good way, guys. The fireworks, the people out on the streets, the big television screens everywhere. And, it was incredible. And myself, Waqar, Misbah, and Wahab Riaz, we all sitting on this sports channel here. It's a new channel called A Sports HD, first HD sports channel in Pakistan. So we're showing World Cup as well. So we were dancing before the show as well. It was a massive deal winning against India, and that too in ICC World Cup, ICC tournament.
Wazzy, you just mentioned that Indian game. The reason you won that game was because Shaheen Afridi up front took 2 wickets. Does he remind you a bit of yourself, and have you had much influence on his career, and how good can he be?
He's only 21, Mark, and you've seen the way he bowls the ball, the way he swings, and he's got this late swing. And I think what I like about him, attitude-wise, he bowls full with the new ball. Especially, in T20 format, as you guys know, you need wickets to stop runs. And that's what exactly he does for Pakistan. I think the good news for Pakistan is this boy is only going to get better and quicker. And great attitude. I spoke to him quite a few times. We meet him during PSL, a very humble guy, comes from up north. Of Pakistan. KPK is a province, Khyber Pakhtunwala, Pathan. And, his brother also plays first-class cricket. So I think, like I said, he's only 21, and this is just the start of his career. Imagine what he's going to do in future for Pakistan.
Yeah, Wasim, what I've been impressed with this Pakistan team is the resilience that they've showed already. They lost their coaches hours after the World Cup selection. You had teams pull out in their preparation in Pakistan. But talk us a bit about the leadership of Babar. You've had a bit to do with him. It seems to me he's a calm character and just lets things roll and gets on with the job.
Absolutely. I worked with Babar Azam in Pakistan Super League in PSL. He's with us in Karachi Kings. And the way I suppose, his approach is very simple. Simple philosophy: work hard, focus, play ball by ball. And of course, he's captain Pakistan under 19 as well in 2010 in New Zealand. But as far as the Pakistan cricket concerned, as you guys know, there's no dull moment in Pakistan cricket. I mean, week before New Zealand said no, and then Misbah got resigned. Misbah got sacked / resigned. Waugh resigned as well. So new coaches. But this is the beauty of Pakistan cricket. Nothing is sorted, nothing is organized. But we still produce talent. And Babar Azam is one of the best in the world.
Well, I think you're very well organised at the top of the order. I mean, Babar and Rizwan, are they the key, do you think, for Pakistan to get on and win this T20 World Cup?
I think in Pakistan, mind you guys, they also announced their 15 about 2 months, a month and a half before the World Cup. And then they made 3 changes just 4 or 5 days before the World Cup. So Shoaib Malik got into the squad. Some youngster got dropped. Haider Ali, another youngster you guys haven't seen. I think he's got a very bright future. Number 3, number 4 batsman and a proper batsman, but he hits well as well. So I think Shoaib Malik, Hafiz, they're 2 experienced batsmen in the middle. And Babar and Rizwan has been so consistent from last 1 year. And mind you guys, Rizwan was a makeshift opener, and now he opens in 1 days and T20s, and he kind of got his place by the neck. The way he bats, he's got some exceptional shots, and he's a great team man. So yeah, I think Shoaib Malik and Hafiz in middle order are very important, and we've seen Asif. Who's a finisher, because in T20 you need a finisher, and we've seen the other day the way he played against New Zealand. This guy his strike rate is over 150. So it's a good balanced side. They have 5 regular bowlers with 2 spinners, and then they got Hafiz and Shoaib Malik, if can give you over or 2.
Hey, Wazzy, you've got Matthew Hayden and Vernon Philander on the coaching staff now. What sort of impact would they be having on the players?
Now, I think the PCB chairman Ramiz said he wants an Aussie kind of attitude, and hence they hired one of the greats of the game, Matthew Hayden. I think he'll gel in well. The boys, actually, Pakistani team general, the boys are very humble, very down to earth. They listen to stuff, and I think they can learn a lot from Matthew Hayden.
Well, he used to confuse us, Haydos, with the way he used to rave on, but maybe they can understand him better than we used to.
Yeah, I know. But I think it'll be a language barrier to start off with for Matt, but eventually he'll get there. But it's just presence. His presence is making a huge difference in Pakistan team. He has been a great player, one of the best hitters. As an opener, he's a big dude, as we all know, and big unit. And I think his positivity will help Pakistan cricket to progress in this World Cup.
All right, before we let you go, who do you like? Who do you think Pakistan will take on in the semi-finals in this World Cup?
Australia looks really good. Guys, before the tournament, I thought they were struggling, and they were struggling in T20 format. They lost to Bangladesh in Bangladesh, but they came back well. They have the best bowling attack as far as fast bowling concerned in the tournament. And their spinner, Zampa, has really impressed me the way he bowled yesterday. And I think the good news for Australians is should be that Warner is back in form. He got runs under his belt. So, I would like either Australia or England, that doesn't matter. But as long as Pakistan plays good cricket, it'll be hard to beat.
All right, mate. Thanks for your time tonight. We wish you well. And also Pakistan, we love the way they play. And I'm sure they'll go well in this tournament. Good luck.
Thank you, guys. Good to speak to you. See you.
There was.